Beans and Cornbread.
Before we dive in, here's your required disclaimer. This podcast uses satire and dark humor to discuss very real and very messed up events. We roast the powerful, not the powerless. We don't joke about the victims, but we will joke about the people who thought the rules didn't apply to them. Are you still with us? Good. Now let's get uncomfortable.
Good morning, and welcome to Beans and Cornbread. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jessica.
And we have an exciting and hopefully educational talk in store for you today. This is episode 009, which is going to be talking about the decline of history, curriculum, or indoctrination when it comes to our education system here in America. So we're going to dive in, but first, before we do all of that, Jess, can you tell the people how you're doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing very well. That was a very short, I'm doing good, but I'm doing very well. Had some interesting, well, I shouldn't say interesting, but we was able to get up this morning and go do some fishing, which is pretty cool. Hadn't done it in a while, especially on the boat.
Yep.
And had fun doing that. Got a little darker out there in that sun.
You did.
I can see some tan lines on you.
Yeah, I know.
That's covering, there's some pale spots I still see.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm translucent.
You got a little darker too. But, yeah, that was definitely very fun. But we're going to dive into some educational stuff here in America. And Jess, how you want to start today?
Just basically what over the past, 10, 15 years, especially, like how the teachers' hands are tied, how we're taking just everything away from the kids' curriculums, the history part, mostly, certain books.
Banning of stuff, right?
Do what? Banning stuff? Yeah, definitely banning stuff. We touched that on another subject, but just how kind of dumbing down the education system.
Yes.
Kind of cherry picking.
It's like, what are they teaching our kids? Like from Florida to Texas, from banned books to banned words. The classroom is now like a battleground. So we got to ask, are our kids learning or are they being programmed? Yeah.
Yep. And it just every year I just feel bad for the teachers, bottom line. I mean, they can't. Black History Month. I mean, that's a joke now. And they can only talk about like MLK or Rosa Parks, like the main,
And I kind of understand it, and I kind of don't. From this aspect, I'm gonna say, being a person of color like I am, I don't understand, and I've heard other people say this as well, how you're gonna tell me that you can cover my history in a month. Like.
Well, it should be woven in throughout the whole. Well, I know They have different sections. Like they have, I know growing up we had, you just learned about like Native Americans, a little very whitewashed section, especially, in the 80s. Like I said, I went to a private school. There was no way they were going to tell us what really happened. We had the Pilgrim play type stuff. It was a joke. And they would have like a week on maybe Black folks at our school. It was just very, the Holocaust, I don't remember. I'm sure we did learn about it. I don't remember learning about it. Mm-hmm. But it was mostly slavery. I don't even have a clue if we learned about that. Maybe it was very lighthearted, I think, when we were taught about it.
Right.
And I don't know if the teachers were uncomfortable at my school. I don't know. We had a few that did not play. They were telling us.
The schools have curriculums, right, that they're supposedly following, but that's why, we kind of titled this, is it curriculum or indoctrination? Because, like, if the truth is not being told, right, if you're going to whitewash the truth or whatever you want to call it, it's hard to learn from those lessons. It's hard to get the full experience or as much as you can. It's just like in business, right? You have lessons learned, right? You do problem solving. You'll go through the steps. You implement, the corrective actions and the fixes. You go back and you reassess and all of that, right? If you don't do stuff like that, how will you ever grow? How do we get better and not keep falling back into regression? Because to me, when I hear "Make America Great Again," that sounds like regression to me. It doesn't sound like we're going to use the lessons that have been learned throughout history, throughout all people. And, we've talked about this thing before, how I have this idealistic view on America and on the world. But it's like, if you truly want to grow, man, you have to be inclusive. You can't be discriminating toward people, race, gender, sexual, all of that. And so how can we make this better? By listening to everybody and not trying to tell you what it is, not trying to indoctrinate you into a system that we know is corrupt.
Well, my thing is, when was it great?
Right.
Majority of his base, I can see where they think it was great, but it was never.
Well, who was it great for? Was it
Well,
great for
I mean,
all?
we all know who it was great
Right?
for.
Like I was saying, it might be like people might say, okay, well, the Industrial Revolution. Okay, well, let's look at it socially. Let's look at different aspects besides just technology and building and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And let's look at the people who led to those gains too.
Yeah. Like who built it?
Right. But, getting back to the books,
Yeah.
here's one thing that was shocking to me that we found out was that most banned books are by Black, brown, and LGBTQ authors.
Yep. They don't, and most of these books are from personal life experiences that they had. And I think a lot of them write as a lesson to the future to
Lesson
help.
learned.
There's always going to be black. There's always going to be brown. There's always going to be gay. You can't, just because you're taking information away doesn't mean that these people are disappearing. It's just making their life harder, and they're not connecting to people that are like them. It helps them to see people go through the same things that they are going through, or maybe learn a lesson from these books, or maybe how to work out social issues. But for some reason, this country likes to, hide the information and then think that problem's going away by banning things. And it just makes no sense.
Yeah, I think we also call that controlling the narrative, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole idea of, my kids were telling me about stuff they were learning about slavery, and it was just a joke. There was a debate on one of the kids' school or teachers, and there was actually a pro and con about slavery. And I get what the teacher kind of was trying to do, but my kid was like, a lot of the kids were really excited to do the pro part. It was just like shocked her. She was just like, what are we talking about here? What's the reality? And then just looked at, and then you're like, well, I'm staying away from that kid now.
Well, it's just like this, right? Just like the stuff
okay,
that
free
happens.
labor. That's the pro, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like what happens now, right? With like rounding up people and getting rid of them now.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to look at the pros and cons? Okay, so now there's no people to work these farms.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, as long as it benefits you, you're good with the pro side. But as soon as it affects you,
oh yeah,
now it's a whole different ball game. My thing is like, how about you think about all that stuff first? How about you be empathetic, sympathize?
Well, it's
understand, know the history, know why, know who did it, know the crimes that were committed. Right? You getting rid of the past is doing nothing to help the future.
No.
There is no future without knowing the past.
Well, and also, we can stay on this forever, but I know, and we keep on harping on this one lunatic, but the fact that he's like taking away, you got all these books banned and everything, but then we have like Nazi books still left in the library. Mm-hmm. Why is that? And you look at Hitler's playbook, it's dead on parallel.
Control.
It's dead on parallel.
Yeah.
But he's trying to erase what happened in the past. It's like we don't have memory. I don't get, it's just stupid too. We're not like 300 years past of what he's trying to not let us see. Or all the people, or all the people that have this agenda.
Right.
This is current history. This is like within our lifetime.
So you're banning the physical book. So is the next thing to burn it from the internet? Like,
well, that and people that have, there's people that are still alive that have been through stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is the end game here? I'm like, you can't erase. It's like Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Which is banned.
And see, and so here's the playbook, right? If I can get to your kid early enough.
Yeah.
Indoctrinate them so they don't even
That's
think.
what you need to man up. That's when you need to make sure your kids know their shit.
Right. You indoctrinate them so they don't even know how to think.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And placate. Then control the substances that they eat so you're not getting a good nutritional value. I got you. You're in the thumb now. I can tell you the sky's purple and you're going to believe it.
Well, that also goes into like the whole birth rate thing, the whole thing, we talked about, that goes into, it just all plays together on what they want the agenda to be.
Yes. And like, it's like now history is now optional.
Yeah.
You don't have to have history. It's optional. I mean, think about that in the classroom when you were growing up. Hey, you don't have to take history. It's optional.
No. I just remember learning about like Romans and stuff. I'm like, okay, why? There's other, I mean, yeah, it's important, I guess, but I mean, come on. Not really. That's like a hobby subject to me. I don't need to know all the Roman stuff. But I did go to a Catholic school, like I said, so that might have been part of it. Yeah. But there could have been so much more useful information in the times that we were just taught, just benign. This isn't helping me. This is nowhere I need to know any of this stuff. I need to know stuff that, at least within 100 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also about well-rounded, right? Like, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to do what? Repeat it.
And we always do it.
And that seems to be this human element because those that get in power want to maintain that power and keep it. And they look at the playbook of others who have done that, and they just rinse and repeat. So truth has now gotten political. And that's crazy because truth just needs to be truth. Politics should not play a part in truth.
No, I don't get that. I don't get when like woke, which is mind-boggling to me that's even an issue. Weaponize that. They weaponize CR, huh?
Because I want you to dream. That's why it's an issue.
Because you want me to dream?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Woke. You're not dreaming.
Oh. So, and like DEI and, we can't learn about equal rights, and we can't, we're just like taking all that's being swept away, all that being taken off the Congress, everything that passed is getting put back up. Everything that people have fought for, everything that we learn in schools is just kind of, it's like Back to the Future.
And it's crazy because
it's getting slowly erased.
Yeah, and it's crazy because on the opposite side, they'll use the fear of indoctrination to push the political agendas.
Well, yeah. I mean, because God forbid a drag queen comes and reads to your kids, you're automatically going to find your kid in a closet with your heels on.
Right.
But who is all the people that are getting outed and videoed? And it's these, Christian conservatives that, have a videotape of him, whatever. I'm not going to, right. I won't get graphic, but,
do your own research.
But, or, Timmy has two dads, or, I mean, none of that. Nobody makes you gay. Nobody makes you. That's not a thing, right. But they put fear in people's, and it's just that lack of education on parents. And
so here's a question for the audience. If it's really about freedom, why are they banning knowledge?
Yeah.
if it's really, really, really about freedom, then why would we be banning knowledge? And then what happens to these teachers that are caught in the middle?
Well, a lot of them are either succumbing to the pressure, or a lot of them just don't care. They're going to still teach what they want to teach.
I'm sure you got some that are just moving on to other career fields.
Or they leave. And then they're so shocked that...
Because teachers don't make a lot of money per se.
God, no.
But if you got a passion to do that, to educate.
You don't teach for money.
And then you get put in situations that causes you to leave that profession. That's saying a lot about this country. What we rank at anyway in this country as far as education?
Well, there's different ranking systems. I just read that in... the only one that had a number like between like I was thinking like high school-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they probably go by age, right?
15-year-olds.
Yeah.
We're like 19th.
19th.
Yeah.
Like the world's number one superpower, we're ranked 19th.
Yeah. Which I was thinking lower. I'm not surprised at all that we're not in the top 10 of at least our high school. College, yeah, I can see where that's,
Well, a lot of people from other countries come here to go to college. So.
But it's still, I mean, and then the whole tuition, I mean, that's another subject.
Yeah.
But, and then you got to worry, on top of all that with teachers having to learn about criteria and what they're banned from, you got to worry about their safety.
School shootings?
School shootings.
Man.
Which is about to start up again.
Yeah, because school's about to start.
Yeah.
Now, I know we did some research and we did see there was a decline between, 2023 and 2024.
Well, what was last year? 330?
350.
So about
19 less.
2 a day.
Yeah.
Give or take.
While they're in school, yeah.
Yeah.
So
kids don't want to wear, and then it traumatizes the kids. So kids have to do drills. They have to wear clear backpacks now. You got toddlers, or toddler. I don't call them toddlers. Well, toddlers, like, first and second graders that I'll never forget the story where she did not want to wear, she got a pair of light up Skechers and she didn't want to wear them because she thought the shooter would see her.
Wow.
I mean.
And then think about it from a parental point of view, right?
Yeah.
We've got to send your kids to this place that you may think you're getting indoctrinized and you're a target.
Hopefully they'll come. And then now they're banning phones. So, if something pops off, is my kid okay? It's not a priority. Our education system in our country is so not a priority. Between the shitty ass lunch they serve, because I've gotten pictures from my kids, and it is disgusting. And I mean, it's like tan. Everything's tan. And, wow. and it's gross. And they're forced to go there. So I've always thought lunch should be free because they're forced to be there. And God forbid they have a bill. They get some sorry 2 pieces of bread slapped together. All that, it's not a priority. It's not a priority because of the whole gun restrictions, between the banning of the books, between making more prisons than schools, between, God forbid, and then you got to find out what neighborhood you're in
mm-hmm.
to even have a fighting chance for a good education. It's it's so meticulously planned. It's so planned for their agenda.
Yep, it's control indoctrination. So we will definitely have to continue this conversation on another episode because they're banning books faster than they're banning bullets.
Which sadly is never going to happen.
Right. And we really need to just get into the nitty gritty and start unpacking these educational wars, what your kids can't learn, who's controlling the narrative, and why this fight is just beginning. So we will continue this on the next episode of Beans and Cornbread. But now we're going to get ready and head into the last night.
The last night.
Beans and Cornbread.
And we're back to the last 9.
Yes, we are.
What is the subject?
Okay, so I got something interesting. I think you're gonna really like it a lot. We're gonna play a game called Political Fact or Fiction.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you some stuff, and you tell me whether it's true or false.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Number one, there is an official law in one U.S. state that allows politicians to be drunk while voting on bills.
True.
Why you say it's true?
I'm surprised it's only one state. It's probably like, I mean, no offense, but it's probably like West Virginia or Kentucky or something.
So check this out. You'll like this a lot. It's true. Alaska still has no law prohibiting intoxication in legislature. And that's funny because my wife is from Alaska.
Wow. Explains a lot.
Okay, going to number two. You ready?
Okay.
The U.S. debt ceiling is just an imaginary number we made up and keep changing when it's inconvenient.
I think that's true.
The answer is true. It is a legal limit, but has been raised or suspended over 100 times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number three. A sitting member of Congress once live streamed themselves from the bathtub during a policy meeting.
Oh, my gosh. I could totally see that happening. I'll say false.
It is false, but you know somebody's going to do that one day.
Oh, there's no.
So that one is not true. All right, moving on. Number four. There's more money spent on political campaign ads than on public school textbooks in the U.S. each year.
True.
Absolutely true. Presidential election years especially blow past education spending in some states. So that is
But kids don't even have books anymore.
true.
Everything's digital.
Well, they're banning them too. So
Well, that's true.
yeah. Number five. The White House once officially banned broccoli.
That's got to be back in the early time. I'd say true.
So it wasn't as early as you think. The answer is true. President George H.W. Bush famously declared his dislike for broccoli and banned it from Air Force One.
Oh, well, it's true. So I win. But yeah, that's an enclosed space. Nobody wants to have broccoli in an enclosed space.
So, okay, number six. There is a bill proposed in Congress that would make it illegal to post political memes without fact-checking them first.
There's a law?
There's a bill proposed in Congress that would make it illegal to post political memes without fact-checking them first.
I'm torn because we know one side does it continuously. So it's probably from the other side. I say true.
The answer is fiction.
Oh.
False. But similar misinformation laws have been floated in other countries, just not here in the U.S.
There should be a massive misinformation law.
Yes, of course.
In our country.
You can't control people if you do that. So.
But, you know.
Okay, number seven. One U.S. state recently voted to make gold and silver official legal tender again.
Oh, my gosh. I hope that's false.
It is absolutely true.
Oh, God.
Utah and a few others have passed similar laws.
What are they going to have, like little scales and stuff at the Walmart?
I guess you got to have your own little mint and whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
good
crazy.
Lord.
All right, number eight. There's a secret Senate rule that if you say, I challenge thee 3 times, you can demand a duel.
That's true.
That is fiction.
Oh.
Though Congress did ban dueling back in 1839. So they did have it, but it's been banned since 1839.
Oh, wait. Okay, I missed the first part then. I knew dueling was banned, but I just thought overall. Okay, got it.
All right, number 9. The Library of Congress archives every public tweet ever posted by Americans.
By Americans? So everybody. That's false.
True. They started in 2010, although now they archive selectively.
Oh, of course. So, you know.
So think about that, everybody.
So the
Every public
archive,
tweet.
yeah, that's a whole can of illegal crap going on right there.
And last but not least, number 10, the U.S. Constitution legally allows you to start your own Navy if you can afford it.
Your own Navy. That is so far out that I think it's true.
It is true. Article 1, Section 8 allows Congress to issue letters of marque to private citizens. Now, here's what a letter of marque does. A letter marque is a government document that authorizes private individuals or ships to attack and capture enemy vessels and their cargo during wartime. It essentially grants a form of state-sponsored piracy, allowing privateers to act as an extension of the National Navy. The holder of a letter of marque is entitled to keep a portion of the captured goods as compensation for their efforts.
That sounds back in 16,
But it's
1700.
still on the books. And we're done, and you have just witnessed political fact or fiction.
That was a good one.
9. I knew you'd like it. You
Yeah.
like it. So thanks everybody for listening in to the Beans and Cornbread podcast. This has been the last 9. Also like to ask you to continue to like, share, and subscribe to the Marvel Network as we will continue to bring you more on Beans and Cornbread. See you later.
Toodles.